Hey lovely people, here we are yet again. We're doing a clearing on saving others. So make sure you're 100% open to receiving healing, and then we'll get stuck in. So saving others, what's that running at? Programs to the need to save others, 0 positive, 20 negative. It's a request from somebody again from a while back. Ascended Master. So let's do your high self teams to clear all the way up to radiant of new paradigm level of consciousness, up to 100 positive and down to 0 negative. I've grown so many courgettes this year. Every single seed sprouted, and as a result I've got courgette after courgette coming through. So I'm living off courgette soup at the moment, and it's just repeating on me. It's delicious though. If you've never made courgette soup, you need 4 or 5 big courgettes, an onion, some garlic, and stock, and a bit of salt. You can add in a bit of cream or soya cream or coconut cream or something if you wish. I find frying the onions in coconut oil really helps. So there you go, that's my trick. But you just basically saute the onions and garlic with a little bit of coconut oil, and then you want to just sweat chopped courgette pieces, just sweat them a bit, and then add the stock and simmer for about 10 minutes or so, and then use one of those blenders, and then they're creamy on their own without adding any cream to it, but it just makes it even more delicious. Some people, if it gets too thin, you can add a potato, cooked potato to it as well, but it's actually nice without it. So anyway, I should be living off courgette soup for most of the summer and into autumn because it's all storing up in the freezer. Crazy. Right, where are we going? Chart 6A, which is master programs. Failures coming up. Okay, does it have past life roots? Yeah, let's just clear all master programs and discordant energy of failure. Clearing from past life and ancestral roots at all levels of consciousness on chart 3. Thank you. So this has come up a few times recently. Some people that run programs to save others, they feel a need to save others, which can come under savior complex sometimes, but it's often an overcompensation which runs when someone's running failure energy. So it doesn't surprise me that failures come up. It's a bit like appeasement. I need to please others in order to feel wanted, in order to feel needed, so I'm not a failure, you know, that kind of thing. Similar. Right, so where are we going next? I think this will be another quick clearing as well. 13, programs before creation. How are you all doing in the energies? Do we need a specific clearing to help adjust to the changing energies? I think that might be a good idea. Fire planet energy. Right, let's clear all fire planet energy. So, fire planet energy, it says the soul may be taking part in the creation of a planet, either as a supervisor or worker. The planet is in the molten state and the soul can pick up energy from the creative process. There you are. Fascinating. That comes up quite a lot with clients that I clear actually. So obviously very active in other dimensions at the same time as living this life. Chart 17, which is fine tuning, and this is soul level. This is at Lord of Lords level of consciousness, which is the first expression of the living soul. Savior complex, understandable, that's come up. So let's clear all savior complex at Lord of Lords. And I will read you what it says because it's come up before. I can find the official there's quite a lot there actually. There's Saviour contract, but Saviour complex, yeah. So it says there are 2 levels of Saviour. A first level Saviour is a soul who has gained through many incarnations the wisdom and ability to teach spiritual truths and to heal. There are many such souls incarnated on this planet. They are under the direction of Jesus, who is the Master Soul, Saviour of planet Earth. A second level Saviour is the Master Soul of one planet, and there is one such Saviour for every planet in the one universe. Chances are that you are a second level Saviour on another planet and came here as a first level Saviour to teach or write about spiritual principles, or as a healer. On the planet where a soul was the second level Saviour, they had exactly 2,700 lives, which is minimum. Jesus had that exact number on this planet, it says, and has never been on another planet. Again, different people disagree with that, so only take what resonates with you. 1 out of 15 billion second level saviours is chosen at the point of the divine plan for this one universe. Thus, from the very beginning, there is a plan for redemption of the soul. If a client has difficulty getting a no response with the pendulum, they may have been one out of 15 billion saviours chosen in the beginning before creation. They may have said, no, I don't want to be a saviour. Spirit said, you can't say no. Once that is cleared, the client or student can get a no response using the pendulum. There you go, that's quite interesting. So these come from Soul Recreation, The Freedom Path, Spiritual Healing. These are all books by Robert E. Detzler, who's the founder of the system. If you want more information, want to train in SRT, Spiritual Response Therapy, please contact the SRA.org, I think they are, in the States, and they have teachers all over the world. I decided not to go down the teaching route. It's not really what I want to do, but I do lots and lots daily individual clearings, and I have done for the past 10, 11 years, so for clients. So I'm an old hand at it now. Illness is only an illusion. Let's clear that. Blocks to that. I've had some wonderful, wonderful responses and success from clients using this, including myself. And some clearings you feel and some you don't, to be honest. And some, there can be emotion that comes up out of absolutely nowhere. And others you think, oh, something's changed, but I can't put my finger on it. You know, it can be more subtle. And others you think, no, I haven't felt any difference, but I know my mind is clearer, my mind is emptier, I feel calmer in some way. So it just depends what we're clearing, how many layers. You know, everyone's individual, everyone's different in terms of sensitivity, but it always works. You know, it's always, we're always clearing away the like defragmenting the mind, really. So chart 25, final assurance. Again, a guarantee that everything is cleared. So let's seek that guarantee that everything is cleared there. But the saving others, yeah, that can be very sacrificial energy sometimes. And it's, why do you need to save others? That's something to ask yourself. Apart from the, you know, the spiritual explanation of the saviour there and the saviour contract, that's slightly different from a saviour complex, where there's a need, there's an underlying need, which means there's a lack, which means there's an overcompensation there. Which tends to come from, as I said in my experience, from failure at some level, that person believes they've failed utterly, and so they're going around trying to save everybody afterwards. Does that make sense? And then they get bitter and resentful when their expectations aren't met. Yeah, but I saved you, and I did this for you, and I did that for you. You know, so it wasn't unconditional. Right, should we go to mop up? So let's go to mop up already. Wonderful. Unfortunately, we all have expectations that we're not always aware that we've got expectations, but when people don't respond as we want them to respond, then there's an expectation there. And that can include, well, they didn't say thank you. I mean, there is such a thing as common courtesy, but you know, if you're given something unconditionally, then you don't expect anything. and I'm guilty of that one. I like to be thanked if I've given something. So just out of courtesy more than anything else. But then that's something running in me as well. That's my upbringing, probably. My someone else's values put onto me. But there is a certain decency, I think, with that. We are social animals and we have to live in a society. And I think there are some things it's just, there are social norms, which I think, yeah, it's just sensible, reasoned. Right, anything else? No? Are we done? Yeah, okay, seal the Akashic records. Okay, good. So where are we now? 100 positive, 0 negative. Wonderful. Talked a lot during this one, sorry. Radiant Love, new paradigm as a minimum. Fantastic. As always, drink lots of water. Don't do more than 2 of these a day. And if you have any reactions to the clearing in any way, pop it down in the comments, and I will see you on the next clearing. It's been a pleasure as always. Lots of love to you all.